Hello, everyone. Marty Janeski here, along with my good friend Ken Brown. Today is the 25th of October. There's a reason I know that. And it's Monday. And how you doing, sir?
Good.
How was the week? Weather's changed.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, we got a little chilly.
Had to turn the furnace on at home. Yeah. Keep everybody happy.
Including DTE, right?
Yeah, you gotta make they'll be happy. Yeah. But it's Wyandotte facilities here. So you had a good week?
Yeah, my week was very interesting. My dad was diagnosed with cancer this week, so I've been kind of in Ypsilanti and back and forth and different stuff. But guess what? He's the strongest guy I know, and he's doing well. He's home from the hospital, and I feel great.
Did they cut something out of him, some of the bad, or did they just start treatment?
Just starting. But he's doing good. Jimmy Lewis, we love you.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He was always
funny.
Good to me.
Yeah,
he was good to me.
All
right, well, it's a big week of football last week. Friday, unfortunately, we could start out by saying that our Bears did not win their last game, and they were 31st ranked out of the 32 teams that were going to be competing in the districts.
Going into it,
top 32 with their points. They needed to win the game against Trenton, and really it was 35-15. I watched some of it on the Wyandotte cable, and they really were not in the game. They were down 14-0. Here's all the scores. Allen Park took care of Southgate. Carlson, big game we're going to talk about here in a minute, took down the top dogs.
Woodhaven.
28-14. Lincoln Park got a win against Melvindale. Edsel Ford against Taylor. And Trenton defeated Wyandotte 35-15. So let's talk about Gibraltar Carlson. They took down Woodhaven 28-14. And there are now the three-way tie for the league championship with Allen Park, Carlson, and Woodhaven all splitting. They all get to hang a banner in their gym.
Yeah.
Or outside on the scoreboard. Some schools do it different.
Got you.
But yeah, and I can say Carlson, they're now on a 6-game winning streak, and they also won their non-league game, and I think that technically put them ahead, but they ran them to death. This Cody Britt, 180 yards. They just kept handing him the ball, and he kept running right over the Woodhaven guys.
And I know it was tied at the half, right? 14-14 at the half.
It was.
But then Carlson came and handled their business in the second half. And any good running attack, the second half is when it takes off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that momentum. They get tired of tackling.
Yeah, they get tired of tackling, even on the pro level. They get tired of tackling this guy. I remember my buddies in high school, they were playing somebody, and a guy was the safety, and he said, I led the team in tackles that day. It was so bad.
That's bad. They get to the third level. I guess it reminds me of like the Derrick Henry guy, King Henry for the Titans. By the second half, he's 250 pounds. Nobody want to tackle that guy.
No, he's running you over. Yeah. It was, like I say, it was even after the half, and then Britt busted through the line, and he had a 64-yard touchdown in the third quarter.
There it is.
And that's the demoralizer, as I like to call it. You're holding the guy. And then in the fourth quarter, he got one from 2-yard line. So he forced his way across the goal line there. So, congrats to Carlson. That's big deal beating Woodhaven.
Yeah, and I think it evens things up, like you said, downriver. So now you got the three-way tie, but they're all going to go to the playoffs. So they'll get an opportunity to continue playing. It may be the wake-up call that Woodhaven needed just to get them going.
Here's those are the points at the bottom. Carlson, it's 72. It's supposed to be .111, and the Woodhaven second, 70.417.
Okay.
With their formulas, and Allen Park's in there with 64 points.
So
Dearborn.
Those are all of the downriver teams that made it to the playoffs.
I believe so. There's a few others.
Okay.
We have them up here. We got Dearborn's going to play Woodhaven.
Yeah. And then we got
that is should be Dearborn was 6-3, Woodhaven's 8-1. I'm gonna say Woodhaven's gonna. It's a home game for them.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And they're 5 points better by the formula, right? And then, in Division III, River Rouge plays Harper Woods.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, Harper Woods got a dynamite receiver. I remember from week 1 when they beat Ipsy to death, 55 to something. But River Rouge usually has a good team.
Yes, they usually do. Division III, Trenton's playing Gibraltar. Trenton snuck in, obviously, by beating us. And Carlson, 8-1. They've already met once this year, and Carlson took them down.
Right. And then you got Riverview, 9-0 at Allen Park, who was 7-2.
Interesting.
Now Riverview, though, we're following the dots, right? The guy that didn't get the job, but then he ended up going to Riverview to work?
Correct. Yes. No, did he go there or to Gabriel Richard?
We'll check it. I'll check my facts.
Get our stats on there.
Yeah, but that's 9-0 if he came. Riverview was good.
Look, the Trenton guy was the one that came, the Hall of Famer that came from Indiana.
So he ended up getting a minute.
He did.
And he won the game that counted, 35-15.
And I'll say this, he did win it pretty handily. I mean, it was, the Bears could move the ball, but they just kept getting stalled out, getting close to the goal line. Yeah. And in that game, field goals once you get behind aren't going to do you any good.
Okay, so then in Division IV, we got Romulus Summit Academy versus 7-2 versus Chelsea.
9-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, and Chelsea's got this kid Hill, last name Hill. I know his brother went to Michigan State probably 10 years ago. That was Nick Hill. And now the younger version, he had 13 touchdowns to break his big brother's season rushing touchdown total. So, but they were going to count the playoffs. He was like 13 away 2 games ago. So we'll see.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
New Boston Huron is going to Milan. 5-4 team playing a 7-2 team there. I don't know. I think the home crowd helps on all those games.
And then you got Division 6. That's Detroit Edison Academy, 6-3, and they're playing E-Course. E-Course is actually hosting that game, so they're 6-3 as well. So that should be a good game.
Probably first time in a while E-Course has been in the mix that I can recall.
Yeah. It's a small community.
It's a small, we only had 30-some kids on our varsity team here. And, it's time to, I don't know. I don't have the answer. You got to recruit kids like some schools do around here, or do you just try to get more kids that are local? Because it is school of choice. And I know that, I don't have to name names, but schools downriver do it all the time. Yeah. They're recruiting kids. They're sending buses. They're sending buses out to the other side of the town there to pick up that one kid for school.
River Rouge.
I'm not mentioning any names.
I'll name it. Yeah, I think they're smart. Yeah.
Yeah, let's send we got to get a bus to Westland there to get our kid.
Or east side of Detroit, you go 22 miles to school. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 22 miles. Back in our day, we'd walk. I heard that so many times.
Yeah. And uphill both ways.
Uphills both ways. And the other thing I will say about that football in the pastime there, I walked to school a lot in high school. I was living on Seacott, and the school was all the way down Lafayette, and it was a good 20 blocks. But we were young and we didn't know any different. Now you don't let your kid walk anywhere.
Yeah. In my neighborhood, if you were within a mile, you had to walk. So a mile or less, you walk to school. So I walk too every day. Yeah.
Until you get old enough to get a car.
Or ride with a friend.
So good luck to all the downriver teams. Unfortunately, some are playing each other. So I think I really like Woodhaven's chances, and I really like Carlson's chances. And Riverview Allen Park, that's the game to go to. I think that's 9-0 versus 7-2. And Allen Park's only losses are Carlson. And no, they were 7-1 in the division. So, yeah, they had their out-of-league game they lost, and they lost to Woodhaven.
So it had to be Selection Sunday, yesterday that they put this out.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that is correct. Now, to go from one set of football to the other set of football, the Downriver Area District semifinals, we have the scores for soccer. And once again, Division I, District 6, that school, Woodhaven, they took care of Lincoln Park in round 2, 4-0. And they will play Thursday at Monroe High for the district final.
All right. And then we also had in Division II, you had Hamtramck beat Melvindale 1-0.
That had to be a heartbreaker for the Melvindale guys because they were state runner-ups last year. And if not for a couple of plays, they called one offside. You know, soccer, it's a funny game, that offsides. You can't get behind the last defender till the ball does or something like that.
I got you.
It's a
That's
funky
tough.
rule, so they lob it up there, you run by the guy, but you're a little ahead of the ball. You get flagged for the offsides, and they get to kick it from the corner or whatever, the back goalie or whatever. We don't know our soccer rules that well.
But Hamtramck has a beautiful field, so I wonder did that take any advantage? Did it give them an advantage? It's turf, right? Mm-hmm. So I know that they play a little faster than most. Yeah. I don't know. I thought Melvindale was going to win it after we talked about them last week.
Yeah, I did too. But I talked to their coach today because he called actually to place an order. And I was like, "What happened?" He goes, ball bounces funny sometimes, and they got one, and we didn't score any. And you can't win if you don't score any. And he was pretty. He wasn't upset because as high school sports go, he lost some horses. Yeah. And the other guys have to replace those horses, and it doesn't always happen that way.
Sure, I get it. Okay.
Division II, Allen Park took care of Gibraltar Carlson 2-1. Riverview took care of Trenton 4-0, and so that championship will be at Southgate Anderson on Thursday at 6:30.
Okay. In Division III, Ida beat Flat Rock 8-0. And that's deflating. And then Grosse Ile beat Dearborn Heights Star International 10-2. So that's going to be a good game. Looks like some big goal scorers there. So that Henry Ford Academy in Grosse Ile, they'll play at Grosse Ile Middle School at 4 Thursday on Wednesday.
Nice. And you know what? It's 10 goals. And Grosse Ile won the state title last year in the COVID year. And then we have Intercity Baptist 6, Westland Huron Valley Lutheran 0. They're playing Friday at 4:30 at Intercity. They're going to play in Monroe, St. Mary Catholic Central. That name alone sounds like that's a strong team.
Yeah, they should be good.
Any one of those Catholic teams with that St. Mary's in their title, they're tough.
Yeah, they usually win.
Without.
Well, let's jump to track.
Sure, let's jump to track.
The Wyandotte boys actually came in second place with 68 points. Woodhaven won. They had 5 runners in the top 15. But the winner of the day was Michael McCooch, who finished first overall with a time of 17 minutes, which was 13 seconds faster than anyone else. How about that? 20 seconds faster than anyone else. So go Michael McCooch. You know he's got a good line. His mom's Carol. She's great.
Yeah.
She was our kid's principal.
We had, that was the Downriver League Championship meet, and the rest of the teammates of McCooch's,
Samuel. I know Samuel Rankin came
there it
in
is.
third.
Yeah, he came in third. So we finished 1-3.
Yep.
I like that. We finished
like
1-3. And then the next best finish, Ethan Johnson was 15th, Lucas Pratt 22nd, and Riley Green 27th. That totaled 68 points. Woodhaven, 49 points, so we were 19 points from them. It's where you end up finishing. What'd they have? All 5 of their runners were in the top 15. Yeah. So how are you supposed
It's tough to beat that? Because you got 1 and 3.
Right.
And we were looking good going into it. That's 4. Right. And then we got 68 for the rest of them.
Yeah, get those guys in the back to start keeping pace. Hey, just keep up with me. Mike, just keep telling them, Mike, keep up with me. If you keep up with me, we'll be all right.
Even if you're 19 seconds behind me, you'll be good. Yeah.
Right, because he lapped the field. I mean, I don't know where they had this meet. Oh, Lake Erie Metro Park. So that's cool. They probably ran on one of the paths out there. Girls side, Woodhaven again. 34 points. They're better than the boys. Roosevelt finished third with 57.
Allen Park's Lisa Lewick was first overall, and she finished nearly a minute ahead of everyone.
Now that's a gap.
Yeah, she was running.
This ain't NASCAR, but that's a gap.
She's running.
A whole minute. And let's see, Roosevelt's Aubrey Magoski, she placed third. Woodhaven had the fourth and fifth place, Katie Dietrich and Peyton Scheffler. And then they had a 10th and a 16th. Yeah. That's adds up to 34 points.
Yeah, real quick. For Roosevelt, Magoski was joined in the top 10 by Samantha Cost. We said that name once or twice. She came in seventh.
Yes, she did.
And then Mercedes Dezenzili.
Senzel.
All right.
I coached a relative of hers in hockey.
Okay.
Tyler. Now, I don't know if that's a sister or a cousin, but...
but you're probably sure they're kin.
Oh, I have to be with a name like that.
She came in 11th.
Yeah, not bad.
Yep. And Stevie Pizzo came in 20th. Paige came in 21st. And that rounded out the team's top 10.
Nice. And, that's... you turn them 20 and 21st into like 13th, 14th, you're right there.
Yeah.
You're right there.
You're right.
So good luck. They're going to be doing districts here shortly. And we'll keep you updated on that. Hard to get some volleyball talk. We don't get a whole lot of volleyball talk, but I will say they had the News Herald invite, which the News Herald would like us to say that they are no longer sponsoring this event, but Lincoln Park hosts the event. And as I drove home Saturday and I saw all the cars at Lincoln Park High and Huff Junior High, and I just thought, got to be a volleyball tournament. Yeah. And now I find out that it was. I've been to that tournament on more than one occasion. Yeah. It's an all-day affair. But Intercity took the title. They beat the Trenton Trojans 2-0. And at the end of the tournament, at the end of the day, it's first team to 2. And they don't do 3 out of 5 because they've been playing all day. So once you get your 6 rounds in, then they take the top 8 teams and they play for the gold. Right. And they take the remaining 10 teams and they play for the silver medals. Yeah. And or the silver bracket, they would call it.
That's right.
And our Wyandotte girls, I'll say this, they won the silver, which is an accomplishment, just because you're in the other bracket, you don't quit playing.
And you played all day. They played at least 8 games.
They played at least 8 games. They probably played 15 games. Yeah. Because they play 6 right out the bat. But they won the final in the silver bracket over Southgate Anderson. They beat Taylor in the quarterfinals, and then they beat Grosse-Ile in the semis. And last I checked, they both have pretty good teams.
Yeah. And Anderson took down Cabrini to get in the quarters. And then they defeated Livonia Clarenceville, who are normally a pretty good team. So, I mean, it must have been a lot of good teams in that tournament.
There were, like I said, 18. There were 18 teams in this. And, I mean, when I was reading the list, I mean, to just see that Intercity, I mean, they beat Riverview, and then they beat Woodhaven. Okay? So Intercity must be a little strong with their team, too.
And I bet you that's a small enrollment. Intercity Baptist,
yes.
Allen Park, that's a
Yep, in Allen Park, absolutely.
No, that's good. Good job, Bears.
We'll taking the hardware home. We're always good about taking the hardware home.
Make sure you go to Kia Wars to get your trophies.
We tried that a few times. You can get a hold of us at localsportswrapup@gmail.com. I will check it at work because I have been known to do that on more than one occasion. And the facilities, as much as Intercity has a nice layout and everything behind Thunderbolt, they've got everything they need there. The city of Wyandott's got a lot of high caliber stuff. I mean, let's just start with their own golf course for the kids to practice on. Yeah. We have an ice rink. Yeah.
Every middle school has
a swimming pool. Yeah. You don't, our middle school over there by Goddard, there aren't too many middle schools that have swimming pools and 2 gyms now because they built a second gymnasium over there.
And I like how the Yak, they're renting out equipment, right? So if you wanted to learn how to play pickleball, if you wanted to get a basketball, see if your kid's into it, if you wanted to get some baseball, some different stuff, you can go to the Yak, give them your license, and then it's yours for
They've
that time
got the
frame.
the pickleball courts over by FOP, and you've got tennis courts at Pulaski and the brand new tennis courts over here. You know, I mean, you're blessed to be a member of this town.
I agree.
You know, because
Rowing.
Facility, bar none, the best facility. Every school uses it downriver. It's the best facility around, and that, you know, alone, when you go in there and you see the fake pools, you know, where they got the current going against them and they're practicing their timing, you know, the strokes and the strokes. I mean, it's pretty interesting to watch for sure. We've got tracks for walking and running, you know, trails around the city. That's
Good restaurants, good downtown. I mean, I don't know. You don't have to sell it to me. I've been here probably 9 years, right? And I saw these same things.
You're a North Ender, though.
Yeah, okay.
So am I.
The cool part about where I stay is Friday night, I could hear the game. I could hear George through the streets.
When they say on the tackle was Jones, or, and he carried the ball for 5,
Yeah, I like that. That makes you, gives you a sense of community, you know, like.
I was busy Friday night, or I was going to give you a buzz. I was going to say, hey, let's go to the game.
Yeah.
It was their last game. I thought it would be something we could see.
And that would have been cool if they won. 5-4, they made it.
They would have made it in, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's the first time in, 16 years that the Wyandotte team hasn't made the playoffs. I mean, Adams' his first time. I know that. I think he's been doing this 16 years.
Wow.
I could be wrong. If I am, you know, get a hold of me at Local Sports Wrap Up and tell me.
Yeah. And we talked about the volleyball. Riverview and Southgate, the winner of that will play either Trenton or Wyandotte on the 3rd. They play on the 1st, which is Monday. And then Carlson and Taylor's winner will play Trenton. So volleyball, that's District 24. That's coming up, you know.
Oh, yeah. They're fine-tuning themselves right now. That is for sure. The
What else you got? I got something.
You got something?
The winter season is coming. Oh,
that's right. That was the middle
Lincoln
school
Park.
Track tournament.
Yeah.
Cross country.
Cross country. Lincoln Park.
Yes.
Show Lala. Lala has been running since she was 4th
There's
grade.
Purdue on our
that's
team,
my
and
guy.
there's
SMS. I don't know if that was
the
good.
Eagles. Who are
Okay.
the Eagles? Oh, Seahawks. They were Seahawks.
Okay.
I guess I saw the Seattle logo there. But anyway, the winner of the overall of everything there was Lala
Lala.
and Yala Robinson.
Okay. Lala Robinson took first overall.
So from what I understand, she's been running since she was about 4th grade.
Yeah.
You have to have passion. I'll say that about any sport. We were just talking about it. If the kid has passion for a sport, they will pursue it, and they will continue to pursue it. Yeah. And if they don't, you could force them all you want. You know, come on, let's go to practice. Yeah. But Dad, you know.
In the beginning, it's got to be fun, right? So if you can somehow get a kid into something and they enjoy it, and you can see that, like running, if you're fast, you're going to enjoy it more times than not, you know.
I had a girl on my bowling team that got her college paid for running, Robin. And Robin, we would leave Indian Lanes after we practiced the first year when we were over there, and she would run home.
Wow.
Her parents would come and grab her bowling equipment, and she would run to wherever her house was in the city of Wyandotte, you know, at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening. Yeah.
Like she's training for both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's
she,
good.
I mean, she got a scholarship to run. She was a cross-country runner. And you know, this is 6-7 years ago now, so I'm not quite sure where she ended up. But yeah, girl could fly. Yeah. She was running was her thing, but she could bowl too. You know, just give me. Oh, by the way, sign-up meeting was today.
Because that's a winter sport.
I got 11 girls to sign up.
Right.
I only had like 4 returning, so now I've got a roster. Now we got to get them to the first day of tryouts. because some of them, though they may sign up, I have learned in the past that doesn't mean they're all going to make it. So now my job's to get into the school and get their location from Desana.
I got you.
Well, Paige runs that department. Don't let Tom fool you. And give them a letter stating that, I really want them to come out, and a bunch of 10th graders, a couple of 9th graders,
That's good.
So there may be a future for the Wyandotte bowling team after all.
You're filling your cabinet. You're filling up the cabinets.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
The boys had 19 kids sign up.
Oh, yeah?
That's a big, he'll have to make some cuts. He just can't keep that many.
How many, can you keep all 11 if that was?
I can, because we'll have a JV team. There it is, localsportswrapup@gmail.com. We will have, a JV. So will the boys. But 7 is your starting, your varsity team.
Okay.
5 bowl at one time, and you got 2 in the reserve tank. Now, I can switch them out every week. Just because you make varsity doesn't mean you're, that you can't. I can't sit you against a poor team and let someone else get some experience. That's happened.
How many frames do I have to bowl to get my varsity letter?
4 games, 6 games out of a total. Well, last year it was a short year. We only bowled everybody once. We're going to bowl everybody twice now. So we're going to have a full schedule, 2 meets a week. And they're talking about every school in the building at the same time, which they didn't do last year. So we'll see. Desana's pretty lenient with that. If they're on a team and they show up and they're there, all the time, he'll give you your letter.
That's cool.
It's not like X amount of games you have to show up. But you do have to get in the roster. You do have to, get a couple games in anyway, which I try to do. If I know the weak teams, it makes the varsity girls mad. Makes the older ones mad if they're not bowling. But come on.
Yeah, but it also encourages them, right? Because it's all about competition.
I've
That's why
had
we
girls
play
come
this.
up for their first time and shoot 190 their first game.
You see?
Shaking out of their shoes. Oh my God, we're on varsity. I'm on varsity. It started out like with 2 misses, and Kira was one of them. Started out open, and she's like, I knew I'd bowl bad up here. I go, honey, you got 8 more frames. All of a sudden, 4-bagger, 190. And then she's like, great.
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, so as we wrap up, as we have a few minutes left here, any plans for this week? How about the quarterback matchup yesterday?
Mahomes?
No. The Lions and the other thing. Stafford and Goff.
Yeah. I lost. I mean, the Lions won, right?
They did cover.
Yeah, they did.
They were getting, 16?
Yeah,
Not that we would condone that activity.
I dipped it to 10. But I still lost.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I think that Stafford deserves it. He deserves the opportunity to go and have an opportunity to win. And I think Goff showed up more than I thought. I thought they were going to blow him out the water. So the Lions.
You don't throw that pick at the end if he's not rushed.
Yeah.
He was, and then they'll blame the quarterback, but it's not really the quarterback's fault if he's about to get flattened.
But this week's Michigan State.
Yes.
Go green, go white.
Go green, go white. Go blue. I got to say both. I had a kid go both schools. Can't help you. Nick went to State, and Julia's at Michigan. I'm Marty Tedeschi. This is Ken Brown. We enjoy what we do here, but if you want to sit down in between us, you certainly can. localsportswrapup@gmail. Catch us on YouTube. Hi, Mom. Good luck, Dad.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week. Thanks for watching.